Have you ever looked up at the night sky, spotted a strange light, and wondered, if that's not a plane and not a star, then what is it? Maybe it's an illusion. Maybe it's a top-secret military project. But what if I told you that the Pentagon itself, the most secretive institution in the United States, has confirmed that some UFO incidents are real, and they have no idea what those things are? Since 2004, fighter pilots, radar engineers, and even NASA scientists have encountered flying objects that seem to ignore every law of physics we know. So, who or what are these visitors in the sky? Let's dive right into it. Number 6. The Tic Tac that ignored gravity. In 2004, off the coast of San Diego, a group of U.S. Navy pilots picked up a strange blip on radar, an unidentified flying object moving at speeds no jet engine on Earth could ever reach. Two pilots, Commander David Fravor and Lieutenant Alex Dietrich, flew to intercept, and they saw it. A small white object, about 40 feet long, shaped exactly like a Tic Tac candy. No wings, no windows, no exhaust, yet somehow dancing in midair. It dropped from an altitude of over 24,000 feet straight down to sea level in less than a second. No sonic boom, no shockwave, no signs of normal aerodynamics whatsoever. Even worse, the radar data from the Navy's own ship below confirmed that the object appeared at the exact location the pilots reported. This wasn't a shared hallucination, it was real data. After landing, Fravor said, "That thing flew like it was mocking me. It knew we were watching. Then it was gone." Years later, the Pentagon officially confirmed the footage was genuine and labeled it a UAP, unidentified aerial phenomenon. When a reporter asked, could it be American or Chinese technology? The Defense Department spokesman replied, if they've built something like that, we should be more worried about them than about UFOs. In other words, either aliens exist or physics has been lying to us all along. Neither option is particularly comforting. Number 5. The Phoenix Lights. When an entire city saw the same thing. On March 13, 1997, the night sky over Arizona suddenly lit up. Dozens of glowing orbs moved together in a massive V-shaped formation. People stopped their cars, stepped out of their homes, and just stared upward. Not just a few people. Over 10,000 witnesses saw it. There was no sound, no engine. The object drifted silently across the sky above Phoenix for nearly 30 minutes, long enough to cover the mountain range in the distance. Some witnesses swore they could see a giant dark body connecting the lights, meaning it wasn't a fleet of aircraft, but a single enormous object. The U.S. Air Force later claimed it was just military flares from a training exercise. Small problem, those flares flew in perfect formation, traveled for miles in total silence, held their altitude, and then faded all at once. Flares that can fly in formation. Yeah, that's about as believable as opening your fridge and finding a shark reading a newspaper. What made the Phoenix Lights even more haunting was the reaction from the city's mayor, Fife Symington. At first he mocked the public and made jokes about little green men, but years later he admitted the truth. I saw it too, and I can't lie anymore. That was no flare. The event became known as a mass sighting, when thousands of people witnessed the same object at the same time. And to this day, the US government has no official explanation. If UFOs ever wanted to make a statement that night, they absolutely nailed it. Number 4. Radar doesn't lie. Japan Airlines Flight 1628. On November 17, 1986, a Japan Airlines Boeing 747 was flying over Alaska on its route from Paris to Tokyo. Captain Kenju Terauchi, a veteran pilot with over 10,000 flight hours, noticed two strange lights off his left wing. At first, he assumed they were US military jets, but within minutes, the lights began flying alongside his plane, then suddenly accelerated and vanished in a blink. Moments later, an enormous dark object appeared ahead, at least 10 times larger than his 747. No sound, no flashing lights, just hovering there as if watching. Every crew member saw it, and simultaneously, civilian and military radar confirmed an unknown object moving in that exact same position. When the plane landed, Captain Terauchi filed his report with air traffic control. The response? He was suspended from duty for causing public panic. But here's the weird part. The FAA never denied the incident. The radar data still exists, with one cold note attached. Unidentified target. No possible explanation. A radar officer once said, "We don't believe in UFOs, we believe in numbers, and radar doesn't lie." When the report was declassified in 2001, the official conclusions simply read, "No plausible explanation." So if even the machines are scared, maybe it's time for humans to start worrying too. Number 3. The Navy UFO, the Go Fast video. In 2015, footage captured from a US Navy FA-18 fighter jet went viral. In the video, a small dark object speeds across the ocean, locked on by an infrared targeting system. You can hear the pilot shout, "Oh my God, it's flying against the wind!" The so-called Go Fast UFO clip lasts only a few seconds, but it's enough to drive analysts insane. No wings, no exhaust, no visible heat signature, yet the object moves as fast as a rifle bullet. One scientist joked, "If that's a bird, then it's a bird on steroids." The crazy part, the video wasn't leaked. It was officially released by the US Department of Defense in 2020, alongside 2 other clips, Gimbal and FLIR-1. The Pentagon confirmed, these objects are real, but their nature remains unknown. Some say it's a foreign drone. Others call it an atmospheric illusion. But the real chill comes from this question. If we didn't build it, then who did? Many researchers now believe that if an advanced civilization is observing Earth, they seem to have a sense of humor, showing up, skimming across the ocean, and vanishing. Basically, they tap us on the shoulder, wait for us to turn around, and they're gone. Number 2. The Pentagon Files, Inside Project AA Tip. If you think all this UFO stuff is just internet folklore, listen to this. From 2007 to 2012, the Pentagon secretly spent over $22 million on a program called AA-TIP, the Advanced Aerospace Threat Identification Program. Sounds like something for counterterrorism, right? In reality, it was a government-funded UFO research unit. Luis Elizondo, who headed the project, said that hundreds of reports were analyzed, including the same Tic Tac, Go Fast, and Gimbal videos we just talked about. And they didn't just watch videos. They also examined physical materials allegedly recovered from crash sites, alloys that, quote, don't match any known atomic structure on Earth. Elizondo later resigned, claiming the Pentagon was hiding the truth. In a CNN interview, he said, "We're not saying it's extraterrestrial, but we don't have any evidence that it's from Earth either." By 2021, the US Department of Defense finally admitted AA-TIP existed and created a new branch called the UAP Task Force, dedicated to investigating unidentified aerial phenomena. In plain English, the US government officially confirmed that they're tracking UFOs. Because when a country spends millions of dollars to study something that doesn't exist, either they have way too much free time, or they've seen something that's keeping them up at night. Number 1. Public disclosure, the 2023 congressional hearing. In July 2023, history was made inside the US Capitol. 3 former military officers, including David Grush, a former member of the government's UFO intelligence program, testified under oath before Congress. Grush said, "The US government is in possession of craft of non-human origin, and we have recovered biologics that are not human." The room went silent. Lawmakers asked, "Do you have evidence?" Grush replied, "Yes, but I can only show it in a classified briefing." Some called him delusional. But here's the thing, lying to Congress is a federal crime, and he still said it. The Pentagon later denied possessing alien bodies, but when asked about the recovered craft, their only response was, "We can't comment on that. This isn't science fiction anymore. This is insiders saying out loud, we don't control everything that's flying in our own skies." If you're listening right now and feel a chill, that's normal. Because that's exactly how the rest of the planet felt when it realized, maybe we're not alone. And those are the 6 real UFO cases that even the US government can't explain. From a gravity-defying Tic Tac to sworn testimony before Congress, each event is just one piece of a much larger puzzle. Maybe the world is far stranger and far bigger than we ever imagined. That's all for today. I'll be making more videos like this soon. If you enjoyed it, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching.